Tony, like to start for Coach.
Christie, why do you feel like the defense hasn't clicked the way you wanted it to yet this season?
I just think we've not had the practice time. That has a lot to do with it. 103 points, it's just too many. We got to get back. We got to find some time to practice to get back to just our shell defense. Just working on, we got to be in help side, then we got to help the helper. That was one of the things we talked about in the game.
Caitlin talked about similar to those with the rotations, especially in that third quarter. What to you thematically has been the issues on that end so far this year?
Yeah, just, we just got to pull over. I mean, is wherever the ball is, if you just go in the direction of the ball on a pass, or you just stay at the level of the ball, like that puts you in a much better position. So we just got to get back and work on it.
Chloe.
I know you kind of mentioned it, but what would you say kind of just went wrong specifically in the third quarter on defense with them scoring 34?
I think we have to do a better job of just keeping the ball in front of us. I think if we do that, then we're not needing so much help. I think we're a no middle team, and we just give up a lot of dribble penetration to the middle. So we got to do better, get our feet right. We got to send it to the sideline, and keep it on one side of the floor and not let them see everything in the middle.
Caitlin said that she feels like sometimes she could better channel her frustration on the court. How are you kind of going about helping her do that in a more positive way?
Look, she's a competitor. I love her fire. We've just got to get better with the officiating. We've got to get some of those calls. I feel like they're getting some calls, or that's happening on our end as well, and I just don't feel like we're getting some of those.
Yeah, and you said the other night that let me get the technicals, and obviously tonight that happened. What does this team mean to you? I mean, even despite the record, it seems like you really, really care about this team and these players in general.
Listen, I took this job last year and they'd won 5 games. And we built a strong culture here that I'm so proud of. And you have to keep getting better, right? Like, we don't want to settle for 13 wins. So now we've got to add players, right? And we've got a great player in Caitlin Clark. We've got a great player in Timmy. We've got a great player in Katie Lou. So now things do change, right? When you get those new players. So then we come to camp and we have just a few days to get ready for our first game. And then we've played more games than anybody without the practice, playing against the best teams in the league. Like, I'm so proud of their fight. They keep coming back. I'm so proud of what they do. I've been, Melissa Smith, I took her out of the starting lineup. She's never done anything but come back with, I'm going to do my job. Caitlin's learning. She's fighting. She gets, the whole 40 minutes she's in the game on both ends. She's getting beat up. She keeps fighting. I've got some great people in my locker room. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep fighting, and it's going to click, and we're going to get there. But it doesn't happen overnight.
Scott.
Christie, to the point of acknowledging the schedule, how do you strike a balance with instilling what more you need to see with the girls, with at the same time of understanding you do need just some practice time and get to next week?
Yeah, you can't really harp on it because you just don't have that practice time. So you just got to get to the next. Got to get to the next game. We fell short against LA the other night. That was a game. That one hurt. Tonight, you give up 55 points in the paint. That's just winning your individual battle. And we're going to get there. We're going to get better. We're going to get back to working on our shell defense. And we have that opportunity starting out. We got Chicago, but then we have that opportunity next week to have a few days of practice.
Kelsey.
Coach Katie Lou kind of got hot from 3 in the second half. Just how encouraging or promising was that to see her shot fall?
Yeah, she is so hard on herself. She is, she doesn't expect to miss, and I love that. But I was really happy that she was able to get a field tonight. Katie Lou is, she just had a baby, and she's trying to figure it out and get her body back and get her shot back and get the feel and the touch with a new team. And it's coming, and she's working her ass off to get there. They're all working to get there. They're all working to get there, in a really tough situation.
Jacob, go ahead.
These two teams, the Sparks and the Storm, where you beat the Sparks last week, you were close with the Storm this week. What's been the difference this week in these two games? Has it been the defense from those two games on the road?
Yeah, I think, we're putting up 85 plus points. That's enough to win games. We just got to find a way to get stops.
Matt?
Yeah, what was kind of going through your mind when you got the technical? It just kind of seemed like things had maybe reached a boiling point.
Yeah, I just feel like we need to get the same calls that are happening on the other end. I don't think we're getting some touch calls that, they can go either way. And, our players are trying to drive. Our object is to get to the rim, try to get to the free throw line. We're just not getting those same ones, I don't think. So, they're frustrated, but I'm going to fight like hell for them. And so that's, I was just trying to get them going, get them fired up, let them know that I'm fighting for them.
Anybody else? Got one more from Bob in the corner. Just go ahead, Bob. We'll do without the mic. Or we'll get the mic. Okay.
Christie, you played most of your starters the entire game, and I wondered what the thought process was behind that. I know you got to within 14, but it was in the 20s most of the second half.
Just trying to get these guys some minutes together. That's the only time I get to get them to, is in games right now. So that was that thought.
Anybody else? Okay. Thank you, everybody.